Hey guys, welcome to the Eternal Quest Tarot and welcome to today's pick a card reading. Thank you so much for being here and for choosing to watch this video. I deeply appreciate your presence on my channel. So, with today's reading, we are going to be asking Spirit if it's a good idea to let go and move on from the relationship, from the person who is on your mind right now, or if in fact it's a better idea to keep some patience, because maybe there are certain things behind the background that might not be as obvious to you, that are shifting, that are changing, and maybe things are evolving into a better situation. So in that case, the better option would be to hang on to your circumstance, your relationship. So to let go and to move on, or to hang on and keep your patience. That is the question of focus with this reading. With each of these readings, my intention is to read for romantic connections, but you can probably use this for other situations in your life as well, where you are unable to let go or struggling to understand whether it's a good option to let go or not. I will do my best in interpreting the messages of the tarot and the oracle cards and sort of talking about what other kind of situations those messages might be applied to. Also keep in mind that I fully intend to give you a clear answer of whether, you know, a better option is to let go or the better option is to hang on and keep your patience. But sometimes Spirit has other plans and a clear answer doesn't come through. It's kind of like, here's the insight, here's the advice, but it's totally up to you. Or Spirit kind of hints at telling us that you already know what the right choice in this situation might be, and here are the things, here are the messages that kind of confirm your intuition and your intuitive leaning in this case. Okay, so but like I said, I'm gonna do my best to get you the clear answer, but of course I'm not gonna force it to come if that's not what I am seeing. Okay, and as always, keep in mind these are general readings, so not all the messages might resonate with you. If they do, that's great, but it's possible that, you know, not all of the messages will resonate. Most of them should, depending on the pile you chose. And if most of them are not resonating, then maybe try selecting another pile. Okay, so with all that said, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that, where's my zoom button? Oh, right here. So that you get a closer look at what your options are. If you already know, looking at the cards or the crystals or a combination of the cards and the crystals, which pile is calling out your name, then feel free to jump to the description box and your timestamp, and I'll just see you at your reading. But for those of you that want a little bit more time, here's a closer look at the cards and the crystals. For pile 1, I have the black obsidian crystal with this card, Trillium, and it says Spirit into Matter. Trillium is actually a plant, and the overall message of this card is the beautiful potency, which is sometimes very cleverly hidden in the unseen, in energies, and its potency and potential to birth beautiful things, as you can see the jewels in the card. So very beautiful things coming into existence simply out of nothing. So that's the potency that this card is referring to, and there we go. That is the option for pile 1. Whoops. For pile 2, I have this orange calcite crystal with elderberry, and the keyword is cyclicality. I think I'm pronouncing it right, or I might be butchering it, but the basic message of this card is to really recognize the cycles that we are going through and that we do go through and what they indicate. And sometimes there's a lot of learning hidden there, but at times it also is for our benefit, because being in tune with the cycles of the nature helps us manifest our desires into being. So that's the overall message, underlying message of this beautiful card for pile 2. For pile 3, I have this very shiny pyrite crystal with this card, nettle. And I hope you have heard of this plant, the shrub, however you want to look at it. And the underlying message, overall message of this card is to pay attention, just as the keyword says, because just like the nettle leaves with their sharp edges, when they rub against our skin, for example, it's a call to pay attention to your surroundings. So this is about paying attention to the things that are making us feel uncomfortable, even hurting us, because they're trying to draw our attention to something that we might be missing. Okay, so that is the overall vibe and the message of the card for pile 3. So there you go. If you need some more time to make your selection, feel free to pause this video, and when you're done selecting, just go to the timestamps in the description box below, and I'll see you at your reading. Hi pile 1, so if you chose the black obsidian crystal with this card, Trillium, and the keywords spirit into matter, this is your reading. And this card is all about the potential of manifesting something, or the potential of the birth of something which is presently not seen, out of the unseen, out of energy, out of the potency of the universe energies, as we say. As you can see, the jewels in this card. So literally this card is making me think, like, when it comes to getting the answer of whether you should let go, or hang on, or hold on to the connection, or whatever it is you're watching this reading for. The proverbial ball can fall on either side of the court, okay? And also the crystal that you have chosen, the black obsidian crystal, is meant to promote clarity of mind. So I'm very hopeful that we will be able to discern the exact yes or no answer, whether it's like yes, hold on to the connection, or yes, you're supposed to let go of it. Keep in mind that sometimes we don't get a definitive answer, and Spirit is like, here's what I want to say about the energies at play in this relationship or in this situation, and based on that you have the power to make the right decision or something like that. So that happens as well, keep that in mind. Also, as I mentioned, you can watch it for any other situation, not just a romantic connection, but my interpretations and my intention is to read for romantic relationships where you are struggling to know what the right thing to do might be. And we are starting with the Ace of Swords. So should you let go or hold on to this relationship? Should you let go or hold on to the relationship? I'm going to draw 5 cards to start with, then some clarifying cards, and then the Oracle. We also have the 10 of Wands, okay. Should you let go or hold on to this connection for pile 1? Should you let go or hold on to this connection? We also have the 5 of Pentacles. Should you let go or hold on to this connection for pile 1. We have Temperance. Should you let go or hold on? And we also have the 10 of Cups. Okay. Very interesting. Such contrasting energies, meaning how this spread started, and also with the central card, 5 of Pentacles. This is literally feeling shut out and abandoned. But the reading or the cards, the 5th card, that is, it's all about, you know, 10 of Cups. But here's what I'm going to say, okay, about this connection. And this is a tentative kind of read, because I definitely feel the need to draw some more clarifying cards, okay? But I'm getting the feeling that Spirit is saying that it's taking a lot out of you, okay, to hold on to this connection. I mean, we have the 10 of Wands energy, and the 10 of Wands can literally feel or speaks of something that feels like a burden, okay? Very excessive energy, so there might be you doing a lot or thinking too much about it and just kind of exhausting yourself and being weighed down by the weight of this connection and by, you know, whatever is going on between you and the other person. Even if this is not about a romantic connection, then it feels like you are, what this relationship or what this situation is demanding from you is a lot of like Temperance energy, which is, you know, remaining in balance. And I feel like looking at the other cards, especially the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles, that this is increasingly a difficult challenge for you. However, and also with the Ace of Swords, if you'll notice the crow, the raven, actually, this is the Crow Tarot, sorry. So the crow is kind of flying away from something, and Ace of Swords is also about clarity, okay? But it literally looks like the crow is moving away from the situation. And so this makes me feel like a part of you has that clarity. A part of you does understand it by looking at, you know, as I said, whatever is going on in your situation. For some of you with the 10 of Cups energy, I'm getting that this might be somebody that you saw a lot of potential with and saw a lot of happiness as being a potential to manifest. And maybe this is something that you have really wanted, and maybe you are still hanging on to this situation and still holding on to it because you would want this 10 of Cups to manifest with this person, which, by the way, is about emotional fulfillment. But the way I look at these energies, I feel like, you know, yes, you wanted this, and yes, that is the goal that you have wanted to manifest. But right now, the situation is difficult, to say the very least. Like I said, feeling very burdened, feeling very like literally lost. There's a part of 10 of Wands, I always think of the Rider-Waite rendition, where it's like a person in that card. If you know about the card, that's great. But for those of you that don't know, it's actually a person that's carrying 10 wands in their arms, and they literally cannot see where they're headed. So there's a lot of like stress of not having that clear vision is what I'm getting. The 5 of Pentacles can also speak about abandonment. So maybe this person has made you feel abandoned, emotionally abandoned, or it could be literal abandonment, okay? So leaving the relationship, leaving the situation, and making you feel like you're not being entertained, or your feelings are not being entertained at this point of time, and that has left you having to maintain that inner sense of balance and healing, bringing in healing for yourself. Like, this is you doing the inner work to maintain a certain level of functionality, almost, it feels like, okay? Even if this is about a situation that you're hanging on to and not to do with romantic connections, then it looks like there has been a major setback, which is almost making you feel like the door of opportunity is closed to you, that it's not possible that you will get to, this place where you will be able to experience your 10 of Cups. Even if this is not a relationship that you are watching this reading for, then I do feel that a lot of your happiness rides upon manifesting this situation or having it go your way. Like, a lot of your other areas of your life maybe, or a larger sense of well-being, is tied with this particular circumstance that you find yourself in. But let me draw some clarifying cards. What is the Ace of Swords? What's the Ace of Swords energy for pile 1? Oops. What is the Ace of Swords energy? We have the 8 of Pentacles. Whoops. We have the Moon for the 10 of Wands. The card literally jumped out of the deck, as you might have seen. You must have seen, I mean. What is the 5 of Pentacles energy? This is such a large deck. Like, the cards are really large, and it's somewhat of a challenge to shuffle. We have the 5 of Wands. So definitely a situation that has been rife with conflict. Either the conflict is between two people, two individuals, or it could be inner conflict as a result of you feeling abandoned and your needs not being met. Okay, and let's clarify Temperance. What is the Temperance energy? Okay, this card flew. We have the 6 of Swords. What is the 10 of Cups energy? What's the 10 of Cups energy for pile 1? We have the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy is the 4 of Swords. Okay. And I'm also noticing the Chariot here. So, for those of you that, feel like they do not have the clarity in this situation, okay, I'm kind of getting, that a clear sense of whether you should let go of this connection or not either already has arrived through the work that you have done on yourself, or you're getting there. So 8 of Pentacles is kind of like a self-focused energy, and it is, we working on ourselves and sort of getting our proverbial, ducks in a row, if you will, trying to sort through our issues, but really trying to work out what the clear answer here in this situation might be. And the confusion that you feel, that is very much explained by this Moon energy. The Moon can be a very shadowy type of energy. It speaks of everything in our unconscious minds that is negatively affecting the situation that we are in. Most of the things in our shadow is something that we are not willing to take a look at. We might not be prepared to deal with it. But I'm thinking, like, the way you're hanging on to this right now with that 10 of Wands energy, despite feeling lost, or despite feeling burdened by the process of like going through this and continuing to go through this is keeping you in one spot or held in one spot because of the moon energy. So the moon speaks of, really questioning all that you're doing, all that you are investing energetically into this situation, despite knowing that your energetic investment, whether it's effort, whether it's thoughts, whether it's actions, that is not yielding the type of results that you actually deserve or you would have liked to see. Okay, and I feel like I said, either some of you already have the clarity or it is coming, and the process of letting this go. And by the way, if I haven't answered that clearly yet, which I believe I did, but if I haven't, I feel like the best idea in this case would be let go of this connection or let go of this situation, because I clearly see that in the future you will be in a better position to really work on manifesting a fulfilling relationship or a fulfilling situation, whatever that is for you. There is great potential which comes after having let go of what you are hanging on to, what you're needlessly torturing, literally torturing yourself for. Okay, so I already feel like most of you are headed there. Most of you already know the answer to this. Okay, after you get to the point, for those of you that are not really ready, which is fine, sometimes these processes, letting go, it happens in chapters. I think I read that quote somewhere on Instagram or in a book. I'm not sure where I read it, but letting go happens in chapters, they say. So maybe it's not easy to just, let go of the reins and let go of the control, let go of your feelings and your desires in this situation. But all of you are eventually going to head there, I feel like. And I feel kind of bad for you, and I'm almost wanting to like give you a hug, because as you're moving away from this, the Six of Swords can talk about movement away from something, kind of cutting your losses. So before you get hurt even more, or before this relationship or situation takes more from you, it's kind of like saying goodbye now, and either saving your sanity or saving your dignity or whatever else is important to you, and going into the future with those elements in your backpack, if you will, as a person who's traveling ahead. So after you have already done that, I feel like there will be a time period of resting. Okay, so there might even be a need to rest right now with the Four of Swords. You need to go back to really taking a look at your own self, stepping away from this situation, stepping away from everything that is going on, taking a break, taking a breather. If you haven't already done that, that's some great advice for you that's coming up. And I feel like when you give yourself the time to really analyze and think about this, you will get the answer that, forward movement and moving away from this, it would be the most beneficial for you. In fact, I feel like with the Chariot energy, that is what is going to make you feel the most empowered, even though it will be, and looks like for most of you watching this reading, it might not be something that will come very easy to you, that decision or that, decisive action to walk away from something, that might not come very easy. But there is tremendous potential here in the future to manifest this Ten of Cups. So what Spirit is showing, that you giving up or walking away or letting go, actually those are the right words, letting go of something, surrendering it to the universe, does not mean that the Ten of Cups is not there. It's always there for you to grab. It's gonna be there for you to grab, to co-create. Three of Pentacles is you feeling inspired again to co-create with Spirit. So you will be able to manifest your Ten of Cups, but provided you're able to like let go of this situation and to surrender it completely. So that is what I'm getting for pile 1. I'm going to draw more oracle cards and take a look at what other messages might come through. So I'm drawing a card from the Soul's Journey Oracle, and the question I'm asking is, what lesson are you learning right now as you're going through this experience? So what is the lesson that pile 1 needs to learn, needs to integrate as they are going through this experience? And we have envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So envy as an energy can also come, not like necessarily you're envious of one particular person who already has the manifestation that you are looking for, but this could be a comparison mindset. Okay, so kind of, you know, looking at your situation through the lens of the expectations, the learned comparison that you might have picked up in your life. And Spirit is asking you to see this connection, see this situation for what it is without that lens of comparison. So maybe, for example, and I'm not saying this that as an exact kind of proposed, you know, scenario that you might be in. This is just sort of an example. But maybe when we hang on to something because somebody else has found success by hanging on in a situation that is similar to us. That's the example that I want to talk about. And what we might be missing is that the other person, the details, first of all, might be very different. Their soul journey is different. What they are attracting, why they are attracting, that might be different. Okay, so how is that comparative mindset playing a role in your situation? Again, take only if the message resonates. And of course, in a general reading, there will be messages that might come through, because I kind of feel like this message is not for everyone, but at least for one of you or very few of you that are watching this reading. That's the feeling that I'm getting, which is why I reiterate, take only those messages that resonate with you. Okay, now let's jump into the advice that comes for you in this letting go process. So what is the advice for pile 1? We have trusting your intuition. Look at that. I kind of got the feeling that, you know, some of you already know what you have to do. Maybe there's a part of you that is not really acknowledging that. So Spirit is saying, you know, whatever you have been intuitively being told by the universe, by Spirit, by God, or however you want to call it, trust those intuitive feelings. Your intuition is right on the mark when it comes to this situation. And so if your intuition has been guiding you that the best thing to do would be to let go, allow yourself some time to rest, and also to integrate the lessons that come from it, then that is the right thing to do in this situation. Okay, so trust your intuition. Let's draw a card from another oracle deck. What is the advice for pile 1 in this relationship or this situation? What is the advice for pile 1? We have love your reflection. Know your worth, my dear pile 1. Seriously, like self-love, practicing self-love is key here. So fall in love with your reflection. See really the person in the mirror that you see when you look into the mirror, and fall in love with that person. What would you do right now in this moment to do the best for the person in the mirror? That's the question that you need to ask yourself, and I feel like that will really very organically make the answer very obvious to you. Okay, so trust your intuition. I want to draw a card from another oracle deck. What is the advice for pile 1 as they're going through this relationship or this situation? Because if you are being burdened by the weight of this relationship or by putting yourself in this situation, then that's not a very self-loving thing to do, is it? You're not really standing up for yourself. No, you're not taking care of yourself. You're ignoring your own needs. So, you know, take yourself out of this conflicting situation, and whatever has made you feel abandoned, whatever has made you feel very bad, and remove yourself. That might be the most loving thing that you do for yourself, no matter how difficult it is. So we have the path. Look at that. And it's just a beautiful card. It's almost like, you know, how they say, like, one door closes and another door opens, and this is Spirit telling you that what you are stuck in right now is not your path. It's not. And Spirit has literally laid down a new roadmap for you for the future, okay? And you are supposed to take your steps towards that path, and that path will become more obvious or come into focus once you successfully let go of this situation, okay? What else from the Moonology deck? By the way, for those of you that are interested in the tarot and oracle deck names, I do mention it in the description box with every reading that I post. So what is the advice for pile 1 as they are navigating this difficult relationship or this situation? What is the advice? So I want the top card. We have your commitment is being tested, and I feel like the commitment is towards this dream, this 10 of Cups that you so want to experience, that your soul really wants to manifest, desires to manifest and desires to experience in this lifetime. And Spirit is saying that understanding, you know, how deep a desire it is and how important it is to you to manifest that, perhaps the best thing would be letting go of this situation, you know. And like I said, the letting go process doesn't have to happen, you know, today or even tomorrow after you've watched this reading. Whatever you're going through with this difficult process of letting go, allow for each chapter to unfold, but let yourself be gently guided by the power of your intuition, okay? And your commitment towards yourself, towards your dreams, towards your desire, that is being tested by putting this situation. And it's kind of like, you know, like throwing a test your way, like when things don't really work out and when something is not up to your standards, can you really do the self-loving thing to say no to that, to shut that out, and to be open to the next door that opens up in your journey? That commitment is being tested through this situation. Okay, so that is all I have for you, pile 1. I hope this reading was useful, and I hope it gave you some things to think about, some things to consider. And if it helped you in any way, big or small, consider leaving this video a like and commenting, letting me know, you know, which pile you chose, and if the messages resonated. Any kind of activity you do on these videos is greatly helpful to me and my channel. So thank you once again for being here, pile 1, and hopefully I will see you again in one of my future readings. Take care. Bye. Hi, pile 2. So this is for those of you that resonated with the orange calcite crystal and the beautiful card with elderberry and cyclicality. So the stone that you have chosen for your reading, this is a great pollution cleaner, and by that of course I don't mean environmental pollution. This is about cleaning up your energy, so removing anything which is present in your energy at this time that is kind of making you feel unpleasant, blocked, not so good, and restoring that wholesome feeling of goodness and pleasant energies in your being. And cyclicality is all about honoring the cycles, the patterns that might be a part of us, and working with them in order to manifest our dreams and our desires. And it's also about working with the cycles in nature. So looking at the energy of the crystal especially, I'm kind of thinking that we might be able to get a definitive answer for your question of whether you should let go or hold on to the connection that you're watching this for. As I mentioned, you can watch it for any other situation on your mind that you're struggling with right now, but I will be reading for romantic connections. Like, that is the intention that I'm setting at the beginning of this reading. And yeah, keep in mind that not all messages will make sense. Just take what resonates, okay? So let's see, should you hang on or should you let go of this relationship, this connection with the person on your mind? I'm going to start by drawing 5 cards first, and then draw some clarifying cards, and we are also going to go into a bunch of oracle messages. So we are starting with the 3 of Cups, okay? Should you let go or should you hold on in this relationship, in this connection, or the situation? If you're not asking about a romantic connection, you also have the King of Swords. Should you let go or should you hang on to this relationship, this connection, or this situation? We have the 4 of Cups. If you're asking about a connection, the first kind of intuitive feeling that I'm getting looking at these energies is that you might be dealing with someone that is not really, being as open to the relationship or the possibility of a relationship with you as you were hoping or were expecting it, okay? I feel like this person's energy is being represented by the King of Swords, and they are remaining very detached. And 4 of Cups, like not really interested in the opportunity that might be this relationship or this connection, just kind of rejecting it. We also have the 7 of Pentacles. Maybe you have invested a lot of time, a lot of efforts into this connection, hoping it to grow and happen, waiting patiently. So let's see, should you let go and move on, or hold on to this connection and this relationship? We also have Hierophant, the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. This could be someone that, for some of you I'm getting, this could be a spouse, okay, that you are wanting to, either you are looking for commitment and you see them as a potential, long-term partner, or this is already a long-term partner, and this is about reconnecting with them, okay, rekindling the connection. So the 3 of Cups can represent a very fun, casual vibe, so which talks about situations in which you're hoping to rekindle the connection. If this is someone new, maybe you're hoping that it leads to a long-term commitment, but at this time things seems to be very unclear in terms of what their position is in this relationship. They might not be revealing so much, and internally speaking too, this person is not really taking, the cup that is being offered and not really open to that opportunity. So really closed off energy. The Four of Cups can also talk about mental health issues that this person might have when it comes to or in the context of this relationship, like depression, feeling sad, feeling sorry for themselves. So let's clarify these energies, because certainly this is a spread where I feel the need for some more clarification as well. So let's see, what's the Three of Cups energy for pile 2 spread? What is the Three of Cups energy? We have the King of Pentacles. Okay. What is the King of Swords energy? We have the Ace of Cups. What is the Four of Cups energy? We have the Six of Wands. Okay. We have this, what is the Seven of Pentacles energy? Sorry. What's the Seven of Pentacles energy for pile 2 spread? What's the Seven of Pentacles energy? We have the Ace of Pentacles. What's the Hierophant energy? We have the Knight of Swords, okay? And bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Wands. Okay, I'm also noticing the Ten of Pentacles here. So, like I said initially, I'm getting the vibe that this is someone that either you want to manifest a long-term connection with, okay, and that you see the potential of a long-term relationship with this person, okay, but their energy is frankly not coming up so great, okay, I wouldn't lie to you. And by the way, I'm a very blunt tarot reader. I'll tell you as it is, without sugarcoating the messages. And this seems to be like somebody who's like keeping you perpetually in the stage of, in the dating phase, if you will, or, you know, keeping things vague and sort of, I hate to say this, but somebody who is like, by not giving you any kind of like clear vibe or clear answers, okay, it all must be like, this is a situation where you feel the need to wait and watch, and maybe things in the future will get better. This could literally be something that this person says to you, okay? Interestingly enough, we have the Ace of Cups clarifying the King of Swords, which, by the way, I really feel is this other person's energy in this connection, where I feel like they are remaining very cold, detached, you know, not engaging with their heart. But interestingly, this person does feel a lot of feelings, okay, whether those are feelings of love or just like feeling a lot, if you will, and I hope that made sense for you, but feeling a lot through this connection. But there might be mental health issues, or they might just be, you know, at that place in life where this person is not allowing themselves to deepen this connection right now, okay? With the Six of Wands energy, this can actually talk about either ego issues. So maybe this person at this point of time is more, you know, self-focused, and they're feeling the need to, you know, chase their own dreams, their own goals, and, you know, whatever plans they have for themselves. And I feel like you've been waiting for a very long time for this person to plant the seed, if you will, or take some definitive action towards commitment, towards a new beginning. Okay, and with what you desire, there's a huge mismatch with what you desire and expect from this relationship, which is, you know, for some of you, like I said, a long-term commitment, or this could be like an ex-partner whom you're wanting to establish like a long-term commitment with. The Ten of Pentacles can talk about long-term relationships, or I really feel like either that was the case and you're wanting to go back to it, or you're wanting to manifest that with this person, but their energy is not coming across as too great, you guys. They're coming up as the Knight of Swords, or the attitude towards long-term commitment is coming up as the Knight of Swords. And whatever this might be, maybe they are this type of a person who runs away from commitment, which, by the way, if that is the case and you know a lot of history for this person, ask yourself if this is a pattern coming from the card you selected, cyclicality, which talks about patterns that this person has, you know, demonstrated in the past, or you know, kind of shown you through their choices and their behavior that they're always going to be the kinds that runs away from commitment. And you be the judge of that, because I don't know what this relationship, and each one of you watching this reading will be, of course, at different stages in the connection. So you might know about the person, but I'm kind of getting the feeling that that is how they are. That's just their pattern. I want to clarify the King of Pentacles. It is making me feel like, you know, first of all, for some of you, this could be somebody that, you know through work or your social circle, either of those things. So somebody in your community, or any kind of like place where you come together for something else, and you know, there's activity, there's fun, and I feel like this person really enjoys connecting with you. It could also be talking about somebody that is older than you, with the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles coming up, and I might have to rely more on the oracle cards, because I'm not getting like what the answer in this, but it's kind of, you know, this is the reading that I was talking about in the intro portion, and also beginning of this reading, where it's like Spirit kind of comments on, you know, this is what is going on, and you know what the right thing to do would be. And I'm not getting like a clear answer here, I'll be honest, like let go of this connection or move on from it. Or hold on to it. But what is going on right now doesn't look very great. I mean, this person is really not in a place where they are acknowledging, you know, how they feel, having any clarity within themselves as to like what they are feeling as they are going through these experiences with you. So it might be, you know, an indefinite kind of a long wait before you see some kind of decisive progress coming from this person. So let's clarify the King of Pentacles. What's the King of Pentacles energy for pile 2's spread? We have the Knight of Cups. Okay. The Knight of Cups again, you know, okay, here's what I'll say. This person is having a great time, okay? They are enjoying themselves with you, and they really genuinely feel happy in your presence, spending time with you. The Knight of Cups is that sweet romantic energy, and if you've watched tarot readings before, you know that the Knight of Cups is about romantic feelings towards you, okay? That coming up to clarify the King of Pentacles, it kind of makes me think that if this person is coming across as like really stoic and being very practical in the way they are acting with you, and the choices and the decisions that they're making and the energy that they're putting out, underneath it all, they do feel emotions. Like even with the Ace of Cups, like I said, there are a lot of feelings that this person has towards you, but they might not be doing a good job of showing it, okay? And within the tarot code cards, the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups are actually very slow-moving knights. The Knight of Swords, however, and the Knight of Wands, they are more action-oriented in different ways and in different contexts, but the Knight of Cups is very slow. So one of the handicaps, if you will, of the Knight of Cups is that they are very slow to clearly see and admit, I would say, to themselves how they feel, and even to the other person what they are truly feeling, and to act on those feelings. The Knight of Cups might take a very long time. So again, I feel like with these two energies within your person kind of interacting, it's like one side of them wants to come forward, wants to like be more expressive, but the other side, the more practical and the more stronger side, I would say, like compared to the Knight, the King is always more powerful. So this side seems to be winning, where they are more successful in holding back and telling themselves, you know, like, here are the reasons why I cannot do this. I cannot do this as yet. Okay, I want to look at the Four of Cups and the Six of Wands energy. So let's clarify. Not Four of Cups and Six of Wands. Yeah, I thought I said Four of Wands, but I think I did it right. Four of Cups and Six of Wands. Spirit, can you please clarify those energies for us in pile 2's spread? We have the Queen of Pentacles. Let me draw one more. This is making me think like maybe for some of you, this person is already in a committed relationship, okay? Also with the Hierophant, you know, married to someone else, the King and the Queen of Pentacles. And it could be that their marriage is ending. They are moving away from it because we have the Knight of Swords clarifying the Hierophant. So it's possible that this person is moving away from this Queen of Pentacles, if for those of you that this is resonating. And this could be why they are in this state of mind. But we also have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah. So I kind of feel like, you know, either they are in a relationship right now, okay, and part of them, if that is the case, by the way, and they have been telling you that they are done with this relationship, this previous connection that they have, they are lying to you, okay, straight up, because this person, I feel like, is still in their own way, whether that is obvious or not obvious. They are still working on this connection, or they still have hopes that they will be able to fix whatever is going on in their previous relationship with their previous partner, which might be a spouse, as I said. For those of you that are aware that this person has moved away from this connection, the Four of Cups could be, you know, their internal emotional processes that makes them fearful and that makes them reject the possibility of connecting with someone else, because this person still feels the need to work on themselves. The Eight of Pentacles can be either working on something or self-focused energy, working on themselves in order to feel better, feel like a victor, a winner, which they might not be feeling so good right now. And this is them being more focused on taking care of their own needs, so to speak. Okay, so again, like, I'm not getting a definitive yes or no answer. I feel like, you know, the most important question you need to ask yourself is, how long are you willing to wait? Because the Seven of Pentacles does talk about keeping your patience, which I feel like you already might have. And especially for those of you that this connection has been going on for a considerable amount of time, you have invested a lot of time and energy into this person. Okay, by the way, for this pile, I'm getting mostly vibes of, you know, the advice being centered around a relationship rather than it being, you know, about a situation which is not a romantic connection, which is not about love and romance at all. So tweak those messages, whatever I'm saying, do the best you can to sort of apply those messages if that is what you're watching this reading for. But I'm getting mostly vibes about the commentary of the tarot being about a romantic connection. So asking yourself like how much you're willing to wait for this person. And like I said, this seems to perpetually be in a state of like, let's see what happens in the future. Like, is it really truly going anywhere? Given the fact, I'm thinking like, you know, right now, given the circumstances, maybe the best thing would be to let go and move on from this connection and leave the door open, I would say. If this person wants to make a comeback and wants to really do the work and offer you like a solid commitment, and when they are ready to, you know, when they're out of this like Four of Cups energy, when they're ready for a genuine loving relationship, that's when you should kind of entertain them, you know. That's the feeling that I'm getting, and those are sort of the important questions that you need to ask yourself. Okay, so unfortunately, again, not getting, you know, the exact answer, but let's look at your oracle cards. Maybe they will give you a hint, so to speak, as to what the right decision for you might be. So I'm drawing a card from the Soul's Journey Oracle. And it's a beautiful deck of cards that talk about the soul lessons that we are learning, and we are supposed to be learning and integrating at whatever time the cards are drawn. So in this situation, what is the soul lesson that pile 2 is meant to learn? I feel like shuffling this a bit more. What is the soul lesson that pile 2 is learning or is supposed to learn through this situation? We have perseverance. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So this makes me feel like the power of manifesting this connection, or, you know, a different future, if that's what you desire. I kind of feel like the people who are going to come to this reading, they will sort of already know what they want the outcome to be, okay? What they truly desire to see in the future with this relationship. And if you want, then, you know, whatever it is taking out of you internally in persevering in this relationship, go ahead and do that. But perseverance can also be looked at from another point of view, where some of you might be ready for a committed relationship now, and maybe you're not getting it from this person. In that sense, perseverance would be pursuing your dream and standing up for yourself and doing what is best for you, if that makes sense. Okay, so, and it seems like whatever path you pick, whether it's A or B, the prior one or the second one, it's still going to teach you a lot, okay, about yourself. And through those teachings, sounds a little convoluted, I'm sorry, but through whatever you learn by persevering, either, you know, within this connection or by stepping away from it, you are getting aligned to your heart's desire, whether it's a relationship with this person, a long-term relationship, or, you know, somebody else that clearly matches what you are asking for, what you're looking to manifest. So definitely getting like, this could go either ways depending on who's watching. I would be so interested in knowing your thoughts about the reading if you've watched it so far, if you chose pile 2. But what is the advice for you? Exceeding expectations. Okay. Okay. I want to look at the energy surrounding exceeding expectations. Let's draw a, I'm going to get a fresh, if you will, tarot deck. What's the energy around exceeding exceeding expectations. Yeah, so with perseverance and exceeding expectations, I'm leaning more towards, finally, for the first time, my intuition is tuning in and kind of making me feel like, okay, wait and see, hang on, what happens? We have the 10 of Swords. Okay, so this might make you feel at times like there is nothing, nothing is going to come out of the situation. But I feel like it's going to surprise you in a way that you are not expecting. And you might exhaust yourself, which I hope you don't, by the way, thinking about the workings of this relationship, the mechanics of it, and, thinking about the future, what's going to happen. As I said, this seems to be in that state of, being, this relationship seems to be where it's like, what's going to happen in the future is the big question here. But all those thoughts that you're having are not very reflective of what might happen in reality. So whatever happens, let's just put it this way, it's so frustrating. Whatever happens, it's going to be great. You're going to feel elated, on top of the world, and things having exceeded your expectations. I'm so sorry, guys, for being this vague, but okay, let's get more oracle cards, because this now is leaning towards maybe you should wait. Maybe it is my own pessimism that is stepping into this reading, because sometimes that can happen for tarot readers, or maybe not. Maybe some of you are already focusing on other goals, and I don't know. You have to let me know, pile 2. I'm so... Okay, we have make new friends. See, this is what I mean. Like, it's so confusing with your pile. So confusing. Like, Spirit refuses to give you a clear answer. Like, what can we do? Make new friends. So this is talking about, like, finding other avenues, connecting with other people. Like I said, for some of you, this might just be a friendship for now, or somebody that you've met in your social circle. So maybe removing yourself from that situation is going to help, going to assist in arriving at whatever the big conclusion for this relationship might be in. So many ways to interpret that message. But where's my other oracle deck? Sorry, guys, oh, okay, there it is. I placed it far away on the table. So what is the advice for pile 2 Spirit? Can you please speak much more clearly than you have been right now? What is the advice for pile 2? Please be clear, Spirit. Thank you. We have release. Look at that. Okay. Release the connection, or release the need to control the situation. Release, yeah. Release. Let go of the relationship. Again, it's like, I kind of feel like the right thing for you would be something that, resonates the best for you. As I said, like, asking yourself those questions, like, how long are you going to or willing to wait for this person? And also with, what is going on with them in their personal life, whether that warrants for you to release the situation and move on from it, or is it something that has that twinge of hope where you feel like waiting some more will be the answer? So I feel like quite a complex situation here that we are dealing with, that we are reading for. And unfortunately, again, like, not arriving at a clear answer. But For some of you, yeah, the right answer is make new friends. For some of you, it is release. And those of you that want to persevere and hang on and hold on to this connection, you might be surprised. Okay, this is very, very frustrating for me as well. Frustration might be the key word for pile 2's reading. So what's the advice for pile 2 in this situation, in this connection? What's the advice? We have show the world the real you. Okay, now this is making me feel like maybe a conversation needs to be had with this person, okay? And maybe you should be talking to them in a more authentic way and clearly stating how you are experiencing this connection. Maybe that will give you the clarity. Talk about your expectations, where you see it going, and just more honesty, more clarity, and which might be absent right now given how complex the situation is coming across as. There might be a lack of clarity between the two of you, okay? So you're being encouraged to bring that honesty, authenticity in the conversation, and maybe that will reveal a few things which will help you decide what the right path is for you. For some of you, it might look like, yeah, there's some sense in holding on and hanging on, and this person is genuinely, working through some things, and you might feel like you can support them as they go through the process. And for some of you, I feel like the best thing to do would be to leave this relationship behind. So I am so sorry, guys. Like, I cannot orchestrate a tarot reading, and sometimes this is a challenge of general readings, that you tap into so many scenarios and you tap into universal energy, and sometimes the answer, as I said in the intro, is not clear, which can be particularly frustrating. I don't think I'm going to forget this reading for a long time. But yeah, whatever you choose to do, get some more clarity, I would say, from your person. That seems to be key here. And also asking yourself those important questions of like, how long do you want to wait? What do you really feel about this circumstance that you're in, and what you feel like, what you feel like would be the most probable, the most obvious future, okay? So regardless of that, regardless of this being somewhat of a letdown, which, I'm frustrated at the end of it, so I can understand your frustration. Let me know if you chose this pile and if you found the messages to be useful, or if you're leaving the reading table more confused than when you came in. But this is what it was. That is all I have for you, pile 2. If this helped you in any way, big or small, consider leaving a like on this video. Consider, commenting, letting me know. Like, I would really love to know, if you chose this pile, what the hell is going on in your relationship. And thank you once again for being here, pile 2. I will hopefully see you in one of my other readings. Take care. Bye. Hi, pile 3. So if you chose this shiny pyrite crystal with this card with the nettle plant on it and the keywords pay attention, in case you skipped or missed the intro, the overall message of the card is talking about uncomfortable emotions, unpleasant situations that might be surrounding your situation, your connection right now. And what they are doing actually is they're trying to draw your attention to something. Pay close attention to the things that it might be pointing towards underneath the surface, and we will see how the overall message of the card fits into your general messages from the tarot today, from the general reading. So we are looking at whether you should let go and move on from this connection, or would it be the best thing to do to hold on to it, to, you know, be patient and wait for things to change or evolve, because maybe they already are changing and evolving, and that might be something that you are not able to see. So I'm going to try and get a definitive yes or no answer, or definitive answer as to whether you should let go of this connection and move on. But keep in mind that sometimes Spirit has other plans. Sometimes you get a message that is not really, you know, a definitive, you know, let go or wait and hold on to this connection. But it's more like, here's what is going on and this is what you should be doing, and the decision is ultimately yours. So that happens as well. Keep that in mind. So let's get started with your reading. We have the 9 of Wands energy. Okay. Should you let go and move on in this relationship? Oh, and another thing, I'm going to be, well, my intention is to read for romantic connections when I'm getting an answer to this question. But feel free to use this reading for any other type of situation that you might find yourself stuck in. Now we have the Judgment card. You might just have to tweak those messages a little bit if you are going to apply it to some other scenario. So, should you let go and move on, or should you hang on? You have the Lovers card. I kind of feel like there's already a lot of hanging on to the relationship going on, and that might be for a couple of reasons. One is the strength of this connection itself, and, you know, Lovers card, this can talk about soulmate and twin flame type of connections where we feel an intense connection with the other person. I feel like the Serpent in this card, it talks about the potential of the relationship to serve as a avenue for personal growth for both the people that are involved. So typically in soulmate and twin flame type of relationships, there's a lot of lesson learning, okay? And the second reason why there might be so much like attachment to this person, or you might still be holding on to it, is because there is a hope, I feel like, of things changing and of renewing. This might already be something that is happening, but the rest of the cards will clarify the picture. So let's keep reading. Should you let go or move on from this connection, or should you hold on and wait? We have the 8 of Wands. Okay. Should you let go and move on from this relationship, or is it a better idea to hold on and wait? We also have the King of Swords. I definitely need more clarifying cards because I'm somewhat getting the sense, but I feel like I need more clarification. So let's draw the clarifying cards, and then I'll start talking about what I see here. So what is this 9 of Wands energy? What's the 9 of Wands energy for pile 3 spread? We have the Magician. What's the Judgment energy? We have the World. What's the Lover's energy in the spread for pile 3? With the World energy, this could be talking about a relationship that has ended. We have the Six of Cups clarifying the Lovers. And if that is the case, then there's definitely a lot of thinking and nostalgia, dreaming about the person, thinking of the good times you had, thinking of the amazing connection and how they made you feel. Okay, and that does seem to be coming from both of you, actually. With the Eight of Wands, we have the Star clarifying that one. What is the King of Swords? Whoops, this card flipped over. We have the Four of Wands. Bottom of the deck energy, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so with the Ten of Pentacles, and I'm also seeing Temperance here. With the Ten of Pentacles, this could be talking about a long-term relationship. Now, I feel like this is a person that you hoped and desired to be in a long-term relationship with. Four of Wands can also talk about marriage, about commitment. Either this is someone that you want those things from, or with, sorry, and you're hoping that in the future, this relationship will turn into something that does provide that. Or this is someone in your past with whom you were in a long-term connection with, and you want to recreate that scenario. And kind of feel like the answer is it would be worth holding on to this connection. I'm really getting this very strong positive vibe in the sense of healing and things moving and things coming full circle, and you actually getting your Ten of Pentacles, which is like long-term commitment with this person. Okay, so as I said, with the Star energy, this could be about healing, this could be about hope. The Eight of Wands is like desiring to either hear from this person, for things to change, for movement. Eight of Wands is really fast movement, and there's a lot of like positivity to that card, especially with the combination of the Star energy. But I was also noticing the sunflowers here in the corner, the roses, which to me speak about happy and positive emotions that are being sent out or being put out to the universe, and feelings of love with the red roses. So I overall get the feeling that even if things are not looking or if your person, for example, the King of Swords, I feel like is representing that archetype. I feel is representative of how your person might be coming across in this connection. Maybe they are coming across as being way too analytical, logical, relying more on their thought rather than the emotions. The King of Swords can come off as very cool and emotionally almost like cut off from their emotions when it comes to the response to something. So maybe this person is the type of like analytical thinker and planner, and less likely to kind of show his or her emotions, so to speak. But I do feel like despite that, this person still feels like a very good and a right match to you, okay? Whether it is from your past or whether it is, hopes about the future. I feel like both of you are well connected. I'm of course not reading into your energy, but there's a certain sense of like belonging and closeness with each other that this spread is giving me, okay? And if things have ended, then expect like a renewal. Expect things to change for this person's life, this person's energy, the situation. Something is going through a renewal right now. And the Nine of Wands, where we started the reading, that actually is a very wounded energy. And I feel like you have been hurt in the past, regardless of what stage your connection might be in. This also could be talking about hurt that is coming up from other relationships in your past. So not necessarily with this specific person, but maybe your past experiences haven't been that great, okay? And even though that is the case, I feel like you are on a path to manifestation. You've been doing the work on yourself. The temperance energy can talk about healing, being able to temper, as they say, which is the word temperance comes from temper, being able to really remain in balance and manifest the desire that you want. And I feel like temperance is a very important, significant energy when it comes to channel within ourselves, or to tap into would be a better word. Temperance is a very significantly important energy to tap into when it comes to manifestation, because manifestations is not only focusing on the emotions that we want, or focusing on the desire that we want, but it's also about keeping the negative and naysaying, aspects or parts of our minds, anything that makes us feel like the possibility of achieving that manifestation is not really going to happen. Having the ability to keep that controlled and tempered, if you will. So it's a beautiful, energy to tap into. It's a great ability to polish and to hone and to sharpen. Can be a great tool to be used in manifestation, because that really, makes us realize that we are basically using our own emotional energy to manifest a result outside. And I feel like you guys are on that path, and so this might be representing a greater hope that you have of the future. Okay, even though there has been pain in the past, again, whether from this relationship or relationships in general, your experiences in general. Okay, there are a few things that I do feel like clarifying here. I want to clarify the world energy. One of the things that I'm getting is the relationship having ended, but I just want to take a look at take a closer look at that world card. So what is the world energy in pile 3's spread? What's the world energy here? I want to see if there's any other context that comes in that I might have missed. So it's the world energy. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, so I'm more so leaning towards connections that have ended, and especially for connections that have ended, it might have been a while since you have gotten some kind of a sign of renewal of this connection, and you might be again patiently waiting for that to happen. And I feel like if the signs haven't already come to you, by the way, if you have seen signs of renewal and if you've seen hopeful things happening within this relationship, I would say believe them. With the star energy, there's a lot of healing, there's a lot of hope, there's a lot of positivity, uplifting of, your spirit and also for your person that is happening. But for those of you that have not received any signs and they're still in this state of 7 of Pentacles and wondering, when the next sign is going to come or when you will see any kind of progress with the 8 of Wands, I kind of feel like it's coming faster than you would expect it to. Okay, I want to clarify that King of Swords energy. I want to see why your person is choosing to remain so logical about this and sort of, like I said, cut off from their emotions, and yet underneath it all still feeling a lot, because there's no doubt in my mind that the Lover's energy, we have the Knight of Pentacles, okay, wanting to take things slow. So maybe this person is taking a lot of time to think about what a long-term commitment means to them and when they would be ready to offer. I feel like they're absolutely ready to offer it to you, okay? But both with the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Swords energy, this person, I feel like, takes a very long time to think things through, which they actually see as a positive, and which actually could be a positive in this situation, because this is the person that this person wants to be really sure about what they're doing here, okay? They don't want to make hasty decisions. They don't want to, you know, maybe repeat whatever mistakes they have made in the past, either with you or with other connections. But I'm kind of getting the feeling that they are more leaning towards making this offer to you, where, you know, a promise of a future, something solid, a commitment, as the Four of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles energy and the Lover's energy would represent. Because I feel like there are a lot of feelings that maybe they're not really factoring into the decision making process, if you will, because they have not come up in this spread, or come up as, you know, the clarifying energies for King of Swords. This is just about somebody wanting to be really careful with this, okay? A planner, a very analytical and deep thinker kind of vibe I'm getting from the King of Swords energy. But as I said, I'm leaning towards, yes, it would be worth it to hang on to this connection, because what you might not be seeing at this point of time is how deep their feelings run for you. They are, you know, they feel the same, like, strong connection to you as you might feel towards them. If you guys are not in contact, this relationship is still very much on their minds, just as it is with you. And like I said, like, you are on the path to manifesting this relationship, and I feel like you're headed towards that, even though how long you're going to spend time in this Seven of Pentacles energy, which is like waiting for situation to shift. It's going to shift. There's going to be a renewal with the Judgment card, but how long you're going to wait might be different for each one of you. After all, this is a general reading, but overall it looks very hopeful. It does feel that it would be worth it to hang on to this relationship. So let's get some oracle cards for you and get some further advice. So for pile 3, would it be a good idea to let go or hang on to this connection? I'm leaning more towards hanging on, holding on, keeping patience, patient with the person, because I almost feel like, you know, with the Lover's energy, this is something like it's meant to be sort of a thing. So first piece of advice that comes up for you is communication is key. Okay, so communication between the both of you, even if like in no contact connections, which I am getting the vibe of no contact for some of you, if not all of you, it is important that when the communication is restored, it happens from a place of authenticity for both of you, okay? Excuse me, I knew I was going to sneeze. Sorry about that. So communication is key. Things, I kind of get the feeling like there were certain things that were not said, not clarified, but it's like, I feel like both of you have a lot to say. Maybe one has more things to say than the other person, but something about authentic communication with each other is important. What's the next piece of advice? We have nourishment. So if you are not in contact with them, take this time, take this downtime or no contact period as an opportunity to nourish yourself, like really take care of yourself. This is the Empress, the Queen of Pentacles energy in action, really going back to your self-care, going back to your self-care toolkit box is what I was trying to say, and celebrating your energy, because as I said with the Magician, I kind of have a feeling that this might be an act of manifestation, act of active manifestation. And the more you make yourself feel taken care of and nourished, and more you demonstrate to yourself how you're fully capable of doing that, and generate this feeling of happiness, self-generate this feeling of happiness, and remain tuned in and tapped into that, the more faster you're going to bring in this manifestation. I feel like it's already happening fast, but in whatever time you have, whatever you could define as downtime in this connection, take the time to nourish yourself. And I feel like this is something that you should continue doing no matter what stage of life that you are in. Oh, I meant to grab the other oracle deck. There we go. So what is the advice for pile 3? What is the advice for pile 3? We have show compassion. Interesting. I'm going to take a second to tap into that energy. Oh, I forgot to draw one of the cards, which is Asking Spirit. This is from the Soul Energies, Soul's Journey Oracle deck. And the first question that I wanted to start with, but I forgot to pull a card from the deck, is what soul lesson you're learning right now through this experience. And the reason why I wanted to do that is to help you understand how your emotional relationship or your attitude towards this particular soul lesson that you're learning will be the thing that helps you, aids you in the process of manifesting this connection or manifesting happiness, what have you, and understanding how to rightly learn and integrate the soul lesson that you're meant to. We have health. Okay, so for some of you, when I look at health card, of course this talks about, you know, your physical health, and it goes very much hand in hand with the nourishment. So maybe this is something that you are exhausting yourself with, to be very honest. The Nine of Wands can be that wounded, exhausted energy. So if you're manifesting this relationship, manifesting this reunion, manifesting this renewal in this connection from this Nine of Wands energy, which can be, you know, wounded and exhausted and really tired, then it does imply that you have taken the focus off of your self-care, especially in the health department. And health can, of course, be talking about physical health, as I said, but it also talks about taking care of your mental health and keeping yourself in a really state of high vibration. And I do feel that, you know, coming up as advice for you, and, you know, looking at the fact that we have the Magician here, someone, you know, your energy trying to manifest this connection, I do feel like focusing on maintaining that high vibe is going to be very important. Now, coming to the Show Compassion card, when I think of compassion, I feel like compassion needs to be directed in two different areas. One is showing compassion to yourself, okay? Your energy, your heart, being very gentle with it, okay? So that does mean, you know, like not losing focus of the things that are needed and important for you, something that you need to take care of, even on this like manifestation journey, and even through this relationship, no matter what your experience might have been. Even if, you know, this person is a very slow acting and not really like showing you much feelings and taking their own sweet time, you know, offering you commitment, it can be stressful, okay? And how you spend time taking care of yourself in the face of that uncomfortable situation that you might find yourself in is should be laced with compassion towards yourself. So that is one direction where your compassionate energy should be going towards, and the other one is towards the other people, and in this case maybe showing compassion, empathy towards this person, especially if there is wounding in their past as well. Okay, and understanding why they are moving slow, the need to move slow, and just, you know, forgiving someone for their flaws, understanding them, and holding space for them, like a space that is filled with a lot of love. Sometimes it's an act that is overlooked when it comes to relationship, where most of us are more focused on what our what our experience of the other person is. There's more of a focus of like, what about me, which is fine and understood. But I feel like in this situation, in this relationship, you're really being encouraged to expand that ability and to include the other person in the equation as well. Okay, so showing compassion first towards yourself and then towards the other person. So let's get another oracle card and look at what advice comes up for you. I do feel like, you know, I'm going to formulate that thought better and get back to it in a second. We have emerging into grace. I open my soul to grace. Yeah. So with cards such as these, where you're being asked to like focus on your health, nourish yourself, show compassion, and emerging into grace, to me is like really softening your, what do you call it? Or like falling into your own personal haven and relying on that haven and connecting with that haven and giving yourself a feeling of being comforted and being taken care of. I do feel like you know, there might be a considerable amount of stress that you might be going through at this time within this relationship. And since we started this reading with the Nine of Wands energy, I do feel like for you and also for your person actually, but let me just focus on you. As I said, the Lovers can talk about, particularly talk about relationships in which there's a lot of lessons that need to be learned. And on top of that, there is a crazy sense of a deep connection with someone, right? And you have this desire to manifest this relationship with this person, and at this time things might not be moving, even though I still stand by what I said during the tarot reading, which is I feel like your person is going to renew the connection, going to make a solid offer, and this relationship does look like having a massive potential to manifest into what you're desiring. But I do feel like taking care of you as you're going through this process of manifestation is also very important, okay? And softening your own energy and, you know, taking care of yourself and gracefully falling into acceptance of the way things are right now will help you clear your resistances in this situation. So sometimes we don't realize, but we are the ones that are resisting, okay? Nine of Wands is also about resistances, and on one hand we have the Magician here, and on the other hand we have the Nine of Wands. So there might be parts of you that are resisting the manifestation to come through, is what I'm getting. And oh my god, that makes me feel like the vibe that I was getting with the card that you chose for your pile selection, which is, you know, Nettle, and it is all about like uncomfortable emotions, unpleasant feelings, as being sort of indicative of things within you that you should be paying attention to. So maybe there is, ask yourself, maybe there is a, push and pull of wanting to manifest something and then equally so resisting it. That could be a part of your energy. Ask yourself if that is true for you and how you can best keep yourself in a more balanced state. Like think about, tapping into the Temperance card, which is all about bringing in healing and tempering your own energy, if you will, to remain in a state of balanced. So what does that mean? Does that mean more nourishment to your soul and to your being, taking care of yourself, your physical health, your mental health, bringing in compassion and softening with grace and surrendering to what is going on in the present moment? So I feel like, since that is coming up as advice for you, I feel like it's very important to what you're going through, your experience in this reading, in this relationship, and something that really needs to be actively done and paid attention to. I feel like Spirit is asking you to go back and look at your own energy and somewhat bring it back into this wholesome state of goodness, to be able to receive this manifestation at the right time. Okay, so yeah, that is all I have for you, pile 3. Again, from the spread, from the tarot spread, I do feel like things are changing and evolving, and there is a high chance that this relationship leads to commitment. But at this point of time, I do see certain challenges, which is basically the challenge being here that your person might be moving at a snail's pace and they might not be expressing their feelings a lot, which, by the way, if you're not in communication, then when you get back to communication, or the next opportunity to communicate does present itself, remember to be your authentic self, like no holding back. Okay, so yeah, that is all I have for you, pile 3. I certainly hope that this reading gave you certain things to think about, to reflect on, and also hope that it was helpful in any way, big or small. If it did help you, consider leaving this video a like and consider subscribing so that you can probably look into one of my future readings on this channel. So thank you once again for being here, pile 3. I hope to see you next time in one of my readings. Take care. Bye.